Hello everyone, welcome back. And today I'm going to be working on this juniper. As you can see, it's getting quite full. So I'm going to thin it all out and just give you a look at the trunk of it. There's a lot of dead wood on it. And the live vein comes up around here. There's another live vein around the back which joins it. And then all the foliage then is up the top. So set the camera up there so you can see the top while I'm working on it. I won't be doing any work on the trunk, maybe with a lime sulphur and give it a coat of lime sulphur, some of Adam's stuff that I got off him from Bonsai Notion. I'll give that a bit of a coat of that maybe, or at least clean it out, give it a scrubbing down, get rid of some of the algae off it. Okay, so this tree has had a lot of wiring done to it. I've taken off about 80 to 90% of the wire because I want it, and it's bitten in quite badly in places. So what I want to do today is clean it out, thin it out a bit. It's very full, and I'm not going to wire it unless I have to. And what I want to do today is try and thin it out, put it in some sort of back into style without wiring it, so that it can recover from the wire scars, because it's got some pretty heavy wire scars, especially up in the apex up here. So I want it to recover from that first, and then maybe at a later date down the line, maybe in the autumn or something, I'll rewire it again. Get a lot of little spiders on this. Spiders seem to love living in it. But I think you see there now, as soon as you start moving it, they start falling, hanging down. But they're harmless, so I don't mind them. Okay, so we'll get into it and see how we go. My plan is to eventually, when I got this tree a few years back now, it had very little foliage on it. It was just like a small little bit of foliage up here, and the tree was planted more horizontal. So I repotted the tree, put it up at this angle, and I've just been building the foliage, getting it bigger and bigger and bigger, because this is very straight here, but there's nothing I can do about that. I can't bend it with all the dead wood. So my plan is to try and get this branch to grow across, just to break it up a bit, to kind of thicken up, and maybe I can get another one up here somewhere growing across it, so that just this piece sticks out the front, and the tree is I'm trying to push the tree more over here to hide some of this straight. Okay, so we'll just get on with thinning it out, cleaning it out. I'll do a bit and then I might pause the video for a while and do another bit like that, because it's probably going to take a while. I'll be taking a fair bit off this today. Try and get it back into some sort of order. I think I might take that branch off completely, so that, get at me. What I'll do is I'll keep pruning it first, and then we'll decide on the branches. Like, there's a lot of these branches now can be taken out. I think they're starting to overshadow the others, and we kind of needed to thin out a bit, because I want a lot of growth in the bottom parts of the tree to try and push it out there and get it strong, rather than all the growth at the apex. So again, I'm taking, and that's going downwards like this branch here. Take out this one sticking out there, and then I'm just reducing the top ones off. Got my glasses on my head instead of on my eyes. I was tempted into grafting some Itagawa foliage onto this tree years ago when I got it, but then I decided I have a lot of Chinese junipers and Itagawa junipers and them kind of ones with that kind of foliage. I don't really have many of these, so I thought I may as well keep this one. Okay, so we're starting to get a bit cleaner on this bed now, so you can kind of see what my plan is. Just to kind of make each pad like that. You can see that's kind of nice and tidy now. And then we might do a bit more structural work on it, take off some branches if they need to be. Okay, so let's have a look at this one down here now. As far as I can remember, when I got this off, said it was collected in the mountains in Italy. So it's a pretty old tree, I would say. I want to create some gaps if I can in the foliage so you can actually see the trunks, because the way it is now it's just too bushy. So I might take this branch off altogether. Just opens a gap in there then. Okay, so I'll pause the video for a while and we will do a bit and then we'll come back and see how we're getting on. Okay, so as you can see we're starting to get some smaller individual pads now. We're working our way around, and so that's my plan, is to try and get, instead of having big full pads, make it more sparse and more smaller like pads. It might look kind of random the way I'm pruning it, but what I'm actually doing is, you can see that there now, when you look at a branch it's got buds popping all over it. Hopefully you can see that with the other one behind it. So when I'm going in, I'm kind of deciding on where I want my next branches to go, like this one. So, or if I want it coming this way, I'll take it back to here to this one. So it's not just randomly just hacking at it. Might look like that, but that's why I kind of hold the end of each tip and maneuver it to where I can see where the branch is that I want the next branch to grow out. Okay, so I'll keep going and we'll come back again. Okay, we're making some good progress now. Definitely see through the tree a lot better now than you could, and I have no doubt it won't be long before it's full again, but at least we're starting to get a bit of daylight in there. And the top here, I think I'm gonna have to put the tree down on my stool or something to get to the top, because I can't really see it from down here. So we'll do that and we'll keep going. Okay, we're kind of getting close now. I'm not really going for the crisp, tight lines and all that kind of stuff. This is more of a natural, wild kind of a pruning. You know, if you were wanting to put it in a show and you wanted to really get it crisp and lines, then I would say you'd have to wire it all properly, but I don't want to do that now. Yeah, it's just a kind of a more natural looking tree I'm going for, with as little wiring as I have to for now, like that. If I was to decide, I mean, if you put it in a show, you could really go into detail of plucking out all these old dead needles, things like that, but I won't be putting this in any show at the moment. So it was in one last year, I did put it in, but not this time. Another thing, when you're pruning it, when I'm pruning, I'm trying to, you will always get a few browning on the tips, but instead of just cutting across like that, across the things, if you try and always come in at an angle like that, then you're less chance of getting browning, because you're coming into the needles at an angle, so it's slotting into the cutting. See these, you can see now where I've cut that, all them needles, hopefully you can see that, I don't know if it's a bit dark, are still intact, whereas if I'd have cut it straight across, they would have all been chopped as well. So try and come in at an angle when you're pruning. So that's why I kind of hold the branch up like that, and then I come in and prune it at an angle like that, and then you can see none of them needles are damaged. Getting these little spiders all over the place. Yeah, another tip which I would have done if I'd have copped onto it, and copped onto it at the end there, is when the tree is when the tree is tall like this, and you've got a thing, I found I couldn't put it on my stool, it was too big, so I had to do it from here. Start at the top if it's a big tree, tall tree, and work your way down, because holding your hands up like this for a long time, by the time you get to the top, it's starting to, your arms starting to ache a bit. Whereas had I started at the top, worked my way down to here, then they'd have been fine. So I think it would have been better to start at the top. So next time I'll do that. It has a guy wire here, just pulling this top branch down to this one, because it has, when I got it, it had a crack in between the two branches, and I'm trying to pull this branch closer with another guy wire here into the trunk, and if I didn't guy wire this one onto it, it would pull that crack apart. So you can see as I'm moving the two, it's slowly getting thing. I think it's as far as it can go. I don't know if I can bend it back much more. I'm just going to keep growing this branch out more. I haven't trimmed this branch, I wanted to fill out a little bit more. Maybe I shouldn't have trimmed this one, left that one fill out, but it won't take long filling out. The other thing I would possibly do is here, you have a bit of a gap. I could put a bit of wire on this branch just to bring it down slightly, but again, it's not necessary right now. and this will help the sun get in here, leaving that gap anyway, so we'll leave it for now. Now what I'll do is I will put this, I won't, this goes right up the top of my bank. I don't know why I keep my biggest trees right at the top of the bank. It's hardest to carry down, but I'll have to change that probably one day. Move my bigger ones down, put my smaller ones up higher. But I'll put it outside on the table so that it's outside. I can walk around it, have a good look at it, and I'm sure I'll find a lot more that I can prune back. Just checking it out and just doing bits here and there. You know, just leave it out on the table for a little while so I can keep walking past it, and you'll always spot little bits that I've missed. But for now, that'll do. So as you can see, it's a lot thinner than it was. It won't be long filling out, no doubt. Again, I'll be having to prune it again, but at least now has a lot less wire on it. So eventually I want it so there's no wire on it, and I can just keep pruning it and keep it, because there's a lot of branches now that I don't think we'll ever need wiring again, hopefully, because it's not an easy tree to wire, as you can imagine, with all them branches. Okay, so that'll do for this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, all that good stuff. Drop any comments below, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.